Hello, I'm Lilliana Gibbs. Conflict is inevitable. Kids fight, siblings fight, and adult conflict escalates when they become parents. So if conflict is unavoidable and perhaps even necessary, then perhaps the best way that we can really maintain our most precious relationships is to get good at repair. Life's full of little annoyances and miscommunications, and it begins at birth. Babies and mothers are constantly moving in and out of attunement, apparently at a 30 to 70% ratio. Each connection is warmly reciprocated, and disconnection is a little rupture. With enough connections, that baby grows up to have secure attachment. And that baby was once you. So how things worked out in infancy will really have a lot to do with your capacity to manage yourself when you grow up. And in all adult relationships, there are going to be upsets, particularly with a partner. And it's how well and quickly that ruptures are repaired that really determines the security and the resilience of your relationship. Because stuff will go wrong. Feelings will get trampled. Jealousies and petty needs are going to surface. So learn to unpick the messy emotional knitting and get better at hearing each other, so you can more easily recover your connection. And the key to repair is making a bid for connection. It could be are you ready to talk, text, an apology, an invitation, a hug, or an offer to cook dinner, or a message that says, I'm still furious, but I love you. Whatever it is, it's saying, I value us. This relationship is important, and this is a really good starting point for working through what's wrong. And here's a really useful process to try when you're calm and thinking straight. It's called the 4-step process, and I pinched it from relationship therapist Terry Real, who uses just 4 sentences, which he says is about as much listening as we can manage when our partner is upset with us. But these 4 sentences help to clarify and keep it short, and cut out all the unnecessary detail and waffle. It also separates some of the blaming, emotive language that can all get thrown into the mix. And so this is how the 4 steps work. When one is pissed off with the other, express it clearly, cleanly in these 4 sentences. This is what I experienced. This is the story I told myself. This is how I felt, and this is what I'd like to happen now. So, this is what I experienced is a short description of the facts, of the events, unembellished. So, it's much more like something like, I expected you home at 7 o'clock as we had arranged, and you came in 45 minutes late without calling. Then the next one is, this is the story I told myself. So this is the feelings, the fear, the meaning that we all cobble together into a narrative that we tell ourselves. And it can be very compelling. But remember, it's a story. It's not real. So in this example, the story I told myself is that you value your time over mine because you make more money than me. So you think it's okay to leave me waiting around because you have more important things to do. Number 3, this is how I felt. I was angry and hurt and neglected, and I felt a bit sad. And this is what I'd like now. This is the all-important repair bit. What's going to help the two of you to reconnect? What would make it better? And it might be something simple like, I'd like you just to acknowledge that you really upset me. And sometimes it needs more than that. And this may well be a 2-way process. So you let the aggrieved go first, steps 1 to 3, and then the partner also goes through 1 to 3. And when you're ready, you can both move on to number 4. But the 4-point process is a scaffold that helps you work through issues effectively. And having this sort of formula helps your brains to stay on track when there's a risk of getting emotionally flooded. And sticking to some rules keeps it boundaried, and that can really often help when things can spin off piste. So the 4 points keeps it short, because why waste a whole evening or a weekend in conflict? And working things out quite quickly builds confidence that you can sort stuff. Whereas sulking for days only turns a story, and the story that you tell yourself, into a mini-series. So use the 4 steps and see how you can better tackle glitches without the collateral damage. And the more you use it, the more natural it'll feel. But remember too, if your conflict is frequent and dangerous, do get professional support. Thanks for watching.